This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to Boise, Idaho, and Albertson Stadium, home of the Boise State Broncos. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the UNLV Rebels, taking on a fellow Mountain West foe, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Rebels will kick it away to start us off. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So the Boise State Broncos offense will go to work first. The age of the game-breaking tight end is here, Jesse, and we have another guy who is threatening to redefine this position.
Yeah, we've seen over the years now the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not just blocking and catching passes. They're getting involved now in the running game. We're seeing tight ends even throw the football, David. This guy can do it all.
And why is that so difficult? Because as a defender, what do I want to play you as? Do I want to play you with an extra linebacker on the field, or do I bring in a DB? And either way, I can be wrong. The big, strong bodies that can also be receivers and also block, they make the game easy.
That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. The give to the tailback. Fights off a defender. And he left the first defender grabbing at air before he was finally tackled. The Broncos are learning about life after Ashton Jeanty last year with the sensational season, got close to Barry Sanders' single-season rushing yards record. When you change things, how much of an impact could that have on the way they distribute the ball, David?
I mean, they're going to have to find their go-to guys, but here's the thing. You know it's going to be a really good system. And having Mad Dog back at quarterback, a guy that you know you can trust how to distribute the football, knows the plays, a lot of experience back on the offensive line. There's a lot of others that were still here for that playoff run.
And the Broncos with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to throw, it's Madsen. Using the quick game. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football, and now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
So UNLV's offense will have its first possession of the game. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
2nd down, he'll throw it. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field. That's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time, that's what forced the incomplete.
The blue turf rumbling on this third down attempt as the Bronco fans exhort the D. To the air, it's Calandria. Finds his tight end. He works his way to the 21-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Hunt is on its way. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. Going right to work up top. That's reeled in. It's Sherrod. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. It was quite a start for Spencer Danielson in his first full season as head coach at Boise State. 12 wins and a trip to the college football playoff.
And you could see him growing as a coach, and, man, the players loved him. Obviously, Ashton Jeanty is gone from that dynamite team, but a lot of pieces back in place. I feel like this is a team, Jesse, that we're going to see in this spot a lot more.
Yeah, I agree, David. I think there's a lot of people out there that just think it was all Ashton Jeanty, but you're right. They have a lot of NFL talent returning at other spots, so I still expect this team to be successful.
The Broncos now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Working that left side. Goes out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the edge of the red zone right at the 20. And the Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. Handoff to the single back. Jukes his way for more. He'll be run out of bounds at the 13. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Give to the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
Got it behind the line. It's Sherrod. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8.
And when this quarterback is in a rhythm, this offense is really hard to stop. You've seen that on this drive. He's 3 for 3, but they're also running the ball well. Everything they're dialing up right now is working.
The Broncos are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And when you're on defense and it's wet and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
Rebels offense is back on the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Running to Green. Now on 2nd down. They're going to run it to the right. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
man, how about that defense on the snap? They are in the backfield with great penetration, nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Now the play fake.
And it's a little close, a little too close for comfort, but I tell you what, the quarterback's got to be aware, right? When they're taking shots or they're throwing the football close to their own end zone, got to know where they're at so they don't give up the safety. Good job by the quarterback. I'd like him to get rid of the football next time, but at least he didn't take the safety.
The Rebels will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory, but instead he'll set the offense up with great field position. The give to the back. Powers through the defender. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
He's got his man across the middle. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the 1st period, and the stats tell that tale. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the 2nd quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Looking downfield, it's Madsen. Finds his big tight end. They are on the move as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 28. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on 3rd and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, 1st down.
And the Broncos come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, how fast did they get in there and make that tackle for a loss? If you blinked, you missed it. Nice job by the defense, getting penetration, everybody up near the line of scrimmage, shooting the gaps quick, getting in the backfield, getting the guy on the ground.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's got it inside the 10. Mark him out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
The Broncos trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
How about this goal-to-go defense? Great job 1st down, meeting the physical challenge. Nowhere to go. 2nd down, ready for the pass. This defense really bowing their neck on an important part of the field.
Now on 3rd and goal, and that earlier sack left them with more ground to cover. Looking to throw, it's Madsen. A spectacular one-hand grab. They got him the football, but he could not convert. It'll be 4th down. What kind of hands or hand do you have to grab that slick football like that?
I like the correction there. I like hand, because he only needed one. Just reach up. And you see this so much now in football, man. Guys don't even worry about their second hand a lot of times. So big, such good gloves. What a nice play.
Smashes it between the uprights. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback keeps it. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. If you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done then.
This Boise State crowd bringing the noise. It's deafening here on 3rd down. He'll do it himself. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. 3rd down, you're putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he's able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving and keep the sticks rolling.
Fighting off the defender. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking for room, it's Thomas. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the 1st half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a 1st at the 32.
Yeah, and I love running my tight ends across the formation. Just big targets that I can find a way to get the football to. Nice snag, nice little positive gain for my offense.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Now on the option. They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. All by himself down the middle. He's He's at the 10. Touchdown, Broncos! And they turn it into a defensive score.
And I love the way they break on the football, swarm to the football. This is why you do it, because sometimes the ball comes out, the linebacker picks it up, and tell you what, the big fella shows some speed, takes it all the way back for 6.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The scoop and score, what a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball, they wanted to do something with it, and they did. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. He'll try to pop the draw. They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Back to pass, it's Calandria. Fires to the tight end. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
So it's 3rd and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this, we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take a sack. Punting the football at this stage of the game is okay.
Bring in the heat. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. And the Rebels will call on their punt team. Let's see what he can do with it. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Boise State.
This offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here's the return from inside his 10. Slips through the line, and he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Off play action on first down. That's caught. It's Thomas. He'll be run out of bounds, but we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what that's about. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. To the air. It's Calandria. Hauls it in. Strong, firm tackle. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. On the run, it's Thomas. Oh, he's got some space. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. The offense will quickly use a timeout. The Rebels, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. To the air on first down. Got a man, it's Thomas. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. You can hand it to him, you can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? Finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
Wants to fire on second down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Under fire, and he is sacked as the defense adds a little emphasis to wrap up this first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, this matchup on that Smurf turf, sign me up for another half in Boise. And it's been an absolute clinic in fundamental defensive football so far. A total standoff with both teams refusing to give an inch. And I know this new era of football is about chucking it all over the yard and just outscoring the other team. But this game is a throwback, and to be honest, it's refreshing. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Albertson Stadium.
Just about set to get this second half underway. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. With the catch, it's Reynolds. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Boise State ready to send out that offense. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The running back has it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking for a man, it's Madsen. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Snags it inside the 20. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
Man, I love this offensive approach, man. All gas, no brakes. You got the lead, so what? Continue to do what you do. Find those one-on-one situations and continue to stay aggressive.
And the Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the third quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
Quick completion on the out. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Man coverage, when they get up in your face, they make things hard. You want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection. Nice chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Took a shot as he threw. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards away. Absolutely perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Maybe if he could have eluded just 1 or 2 more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Past the sticks and still on his feet. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. To the air. It's Calandria. Grabbed behind the line. It's Thomas. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out. You can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
Gives it on the option. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Gonna run it. It's Sherrod. Picks his way and gets 4 after the 27.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Dropping back, it's Madsen. Makes the grab. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
The Broncos with the 1st and 10. Looking for a crease to the left. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass D.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Here comes the heat. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Things working pretty well for this defense, out of a dime package and still getting plenty of heat on the quarterback.
Yeah, get off the rock, understand the situation. All the fast guys got the back end covered. It's my job to seek and destroy the quarterback. Great job by the defensive line, rushing after that guy and getting him on the ground.
And the Broncos will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And coming out in the 2nd half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this 2nd half, defense picking up where it left off.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To throw, it's Calandria. Quickly to the tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Now on 3rd down for this offense. We've reached the end of the period. Boise State has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. After swapping into the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Working that wide receiver screen. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. That penalty cost him a 3rd down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. It's complete. He stopped at the 32-yard line, not enough for the first down.
My job as offensive coordinator is to find my guys, find my playmakers, find my guys that can win one-on-one when they get an opportunity, and that I can get them the ball and they can make something happen. He's one of those guys, and that's why I'm going to continue to force feed him.
On 4th down, going to the air. He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The decision to go for it does not pan out. They'll go to the counter. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And they swarm him under.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier third down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the first down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on third down. And shoot, and I got fourth down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
Rides the back on the option, the give. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Man, oh man, that ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the third time tonight. Nice to have the doink work in your favor every now and then, off the left upright and through. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Rebels offense is back on the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. On the run, it's Thomas. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Looking for a man. It's Calandria. Got it in the middle. It's Reynolds. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Wants to go up top on first down. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
I would not want to be the offensive coordinator right now. This offense has a hard time completing the forward pass and making plays, and now you're down, and they know to rush the passer. They know the pass is coming. I'm not sure what the answer is because this offense is just struggling in the passing game.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
How bold will they be on third down after that last run? From the gun, wants to pass. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
At this point, it's a lot about pride for this offense. They're just trying to find a way to get on the board. They have been shut out. And that last incompletion, I mean, they're now trying to take shots and see if they can just come up with something. I don't even know if they believe they can get it done. It just feels obligatory, guys, at this point. Let's just throw it up and see if something good can happen.
Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. Great place to start for this offense. Got a man. It's Marshall.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
And now on second down for this offense. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Makes the tackle right at the 28-yard line. Pick up a 5, and they'll move the sticks.
Great job by the offense there, getting the first down on the ground, staying in bounds too. So if you're on defense here, you might want to start thinking about using your timeouts. You've got 3 in your back pocket, but trailing, you've got to start using them.
They've got it inside the 30 at the 28, first down. They'll ride the hot hand. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Gonna run it. It's Gaines. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. It'll be a draw. Ball is loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession? And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. This kicker's leg is getting a workout. He's already made 3 field goals, and here he comes again. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And now the lead is even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. They go to the ground. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy second down situations with some positive runs on first down. They just need something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be it in the future.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Back to throw. It's Calandria. Shows him the stiff arm. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
They'll line up for a second down play. Firing to the right, complete. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down.
And this offense has not had much to cheer about. There's something right there. Let's see if they can string a couple of plays together. Listen, this game's probably over, but this offense has got to find some kind of a rhythm, something they can hang their hat on so that moving forward, this offense has an identity.
catch in the middle. It's Lee. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one.